for you. I just said that's nice and loud for you to start. So.
Okay, all set?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, welcome to the Village Lake Bluffs Joint Plan Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals regular meeting on August 2025. Ms. Gable, if we could have call to order and roll call, please.
Yep. We'll call to order the Village of Lake Bluffs Joint Plan Commission Zoning Board of Appeals regular meeting for Wednesday, August 20th, and start with a roll call vote. Member Danley? Aye. Member Fisher? Here. Member Miller?
Here.
Member Russell?
Here.
And Member Toll is absent. Chair Peters?
Here.
All right, we have a quorum.
All right. Agenda item number 2 is non-agenda items and visitors' public comment time. We allocate 15 minutes at this point during the meeting to address from the public any issue that's not on the agenda. Seeing no participants in the crowd, anything on the internet?
No one online.
All right, agenda item number 3, consideration of the July 16, 2025 meeting minutes. Everybody's had a chance to review. Any proposed changes or other revisions?
I have a couple small tweaks, and Claire, I'll just hand these to you after, so you don't have to. On the second page, second paragraph from the bottom is a statement that I referred to the project on Prospect being 232 feet over the limit. And it was really 232 feet over the limit allowed for detached garages. And then in the next line, there was a comment about there were projects built in the community without permits, and instead of garages, it should say sheds. And then page 5, second paragraph from the bottom. I'd like to have changed. Member Russell stated that by building a new property on the lot, I'd like to say new structure at the front of the lot. That's it.
Thank you, Member Russ. Any other comments? Ms. Fisher?
I'm same on page 5, the last paragraph. Member Fisher stated that she was also in favor of Member Russell's proposal, or even making the lots more equal in size, because I said I didn't really care if it was exactly that or something, but just making them more equal, I was fine with that.
Okay.
Thank you. Member Danley? Nothing? Okay. I just had maybe a couple clarifications on page 3, bottom paragraph. There's a reference to 75,000 square foot lots. That should probably be 7,500. And then maybe whatever I said was a little inarticulate, increase something with respect to the 7,500 square foot lots. And then at paragraph, page 4, first full paragraph, line 2, we should just change how locked in on the 24 by 24 foot plan to how locked in on the 24 by 24 foot plan is Mr. Hallen. So just changing the verb around a little bit. I could show you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I noticed change in surname for Courtney. It confused me for a second. Anyway, that's it. Is there a motion, please?
Motion. Yes, as stated with corrections.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Agenda item number 4, Ms. Gable, if you could introduce that, please.
Yep. For 924 Sherwood Drive, Lake Forest Motorsports LLC has requested a special use permit to allow for the establishment and operation of a fully enclosed new and used car dealership and a variation to reduce the required number of parking spaces from 100 spaces to 67, a 33% reduction. The applicant is here tonight to present their plans, and the PCZBA is a recommending body on these matters.
Thank you, Ms. Gable. Yes, sir. If you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And then if you could state your name for the record, and then please proceed.
Alan Garfield, I'm attorney for Lake Forest Motorsports. My office, I'm an attorney, 440 Randolph in Chicago. I'm happy to be here tonight representing Mr. Mancuso and Lake Forest Motorsports. And before I tell you which you know what's taking place, I want to give you a little bit of history, why it's taking place. As you may recall, Rick was the owner of Lake Forest Motorsports, which was a Ferrari dealership, which he recently sold. He and his family sold the full dealership in Ferrari last May. And he now is looking to change his life and go a different direction rather than a full-blown automobile dealer to a small collector type automobile dealer serving a certain unique segment of the public. And as much as I told Rick he should retire with what he did at the dealership, it's in his blood. And he now wants to go on and have a small dealership where he can sell specialized collector cars. We do not have a new franchise yet. If it would be, it would not be a franchise probably you would have even heard of. It'd be a very specialized one that may sell one car a year. But what Rick is going to specialize in is his collector cars and finding collector cars around the country for not only his own collection, but for sale to other people who are collectors. And why this building works for him is that he can use this building to also store collector cars on the North Shore. Part of the building, as you've seen, and I'll go through, will be for storage of cars, for people who store their cars over the winter, some over the summer, but need their cars taken care of and serviced. And then when I say serviced, started, closed, if they're electric, polished and maintained in a heated environment, but not like you would find in a warehouse. This will be specialized. Once they drop their cars off, there'll be almost like a club-like atmosphere that Rick will have for them to come and sit down, have a cigar, have a drink, talk about cars, maybe buy a collector's car, maybe sell their collector's car to the others that are there. It is a dealership that will be by appointment only. The public is not invited to come in except by appointment. We're not looking for people off the street. We're not looking for people to come in and browse. This is if you're coming in, you know Rick, you know what he has, and it's his collection of cars that you're looking at. And Rick will be the, you'll excuse the expression, chief cook and bottle washer here. He won't have other people doing it. It'll be his personal touch. And it will be combined with, as he's had at the other dealership, some are charitable, some are not, but events, and part of it, people love to come and be around these cars, and they like to have catered affairs and surrounding the cars. Though that will be part of that area where the collector cars will be located, and there will possibly be events there. We want to talk about that. And before we get into the actual use, I want to explain the parking issue and the variation that we're asking for, in addition to the use variation for the special use, is that because of the unique nature of the business, if we have two customers at the same time, it would be a lot. People who drop their cars off may be there, but we don't expect there to be any customer of a nature that would fill up more than the front parking lot. So we won't even be using the back parking lot except in one of these events. We will not be storing or inventorying cars in the back. So although the zoning requirement is 100, it never, you changed your zoning parking, as I understand, requirements some time ago, where this building was in compliance. Now it isn't because of the change. We're asking for a variation to permit the 66 spaces, which for all practical purposes will be empty in either event, except on special occasion times. So I want to explain that that's what we'll have. The reduction, if I recall, my math is 33% from 100 to 67, if I recall correctly. The only movement of cars will be when the cars are brought over as collector cars, and they're usually in a covered van. That will be in the back. There will be no parking on the street. And when people are bringing their cars over for storage, by nature of the type of cars there, some may be driven and some actually may come by a specialized van. And they may come from the North Shore, they may come from everywhere. Rick has serviced cars in multiple states and they follow him wherever he goes. If we can move on, Clara, to the exhibits, we can go through it. And I explain, this is the existing building that we have here. And we're taking it as is from the lease. Let me get mine here. It's 66,000 square feet. And as you can see, we're not going to be doing anything to the property, but for the landlord has promised that he will repave the asphalt. It'll be blacktop and we'll have it restriped. All of the spaces will stay the same. If we can go to the next, that's the survey showing the space. The next space slide would be, that's the front of the building as it is today. We were talking about changing the door. Right now, that's on hold, depending on what we work out with the landlord or something like that to improve the door. But I want to call your attention to the signage. We will not be putting signs on the building. The signage will be very similar to what you see on the window. And again, I want to impress upon you, we're not looking for street traffic. We're not looking for someone to drive by and say, oh, there's a car dealership. We're not looking for that. If they're coming there, they'll buzz and they'll come in from there. So everything there will stay the same. The next slide, please. That's an overview of the buildings, which I'm sure you've seen. The overview on the left one is what it looks like from the top, and the parking lot that we're talking about in the back. And then you have the other views from east side, east, west, north, and south of what's changed. Again, we are not asking or doing any outside changes to the building in the exterior. Next slide, please. Here's where the inside that we talked about, on where the storage will be, and maybe if I can point to it, the one on this may be more helpful. What's called existing car storage, that is about 27,385 feet. And we're expecting approximately 75 cars that will store there over whatever period of time it is. This would be what we call they call existing storage, but it really is what we call the display area. And this area is 16,650 feet. And Rick will have probably max 30 to 40 cars at one time there. And it would be spread there. Some of his own collection there, and some of the collector cars that would be held for sale. This is for equipment storage of various nature, because some of these cars will be racing cars. Oh, thank you. Some of these cars will be racing cars. Is this on? Can you hear me? Will be racing cars and come with equipment and things like that. And there'll be storage for that, which is just basically equipment storage. The existing office is here. This will be somewhat remodeled. They aren't sales offices. They're to sit and for people to come and enjoy, as we said, the storage for the collectors. And this is where they would talk and have a good time. Next slide, please. That is just basically another, this slide, thank goodness the architect, he did this one correct. This one says the event space and the car storage. So it's basically the same one that we just looked at with different nomenclature. The next slide are basically the offices, which will be transformed. We won't need that many offices. They'll probably break through and come together for, as we say, for greeting and things like that. We hope to have sales because he has to pay the rent. So that is part of this aspect. And this is coming from his attorney. So remember when I told you, why are you doing this? Well, you gotta pay the rent. So he's got to sell some cars here. The next one is a balcony, which probably will have little to no use. It's in the building. There's a storage and it's open to below. We don't intend on using it as best I know at this point in time. The next one just gives you an idea of what we may do for the demo, which is planned right now for the office spaces. And that would be the next one. And that would be our slides to do. I have Mr. Mancuso here, who I would love to introduce to you, because he has been a very respected member of your business community for many years. Lake Forest wasn't happy when he moved to Lake Bluff and opened up from a small dealership there. Rick, if you could step up.
Excuse me 1 second. Where do you enter the car storage area from?
Yes.
We pull the maps back out.
From the north side, in back,
In the back, there's,
northeast side of the back.
how many garage doors? Couple, 2, 3?
There's 2 on the north side, 1 on the west side.
Well, if I may interrupt, Mr. Mancuso, if I could just have you stand and raise your right hand, we'll swear you in and then, yeah, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, please proceed now.
Right,
Sorry
thank
for the
you.
interruption.
No, no problem. In a way, it's like a modern dealership because there's very little glass and very few entry and exits from a crime standpoint. If you asked me to use a clean sheet of paper, I'd build a dealership with no windows today. We've been broken into twice as recently as about a month ago. And it was really strange a month ago. About 18 months ago, someone broke through the front of the main campus into the Aston showroom. 6 guys came up and 3 of them went through the windows. Police did a great job. They came quickly, so quickly that the guys ran through other windows to get out of there and almost got caught. And then this last one was 4 or 5 weeks ago. Someone pulled up at midnight, jumps the fence, walks around inside. The alarm people didn't report it quickly, which was their mistake. Then picks up one of the paver bricks, smashes one of the same windows in the front of the little courtyard there, walks inside, goes over to where we have a display for a sport coat, puts on a sport coat and starts walking around like he's looking to buy a car. The whole time the police come in and they arrest him. And we're not quite sure what's going to happen from that, but that's the beauty of not a lot of entrances in and out. And just very few windows. That's one of the reasons we're not changing that door in the front either, because we don't want to make another portal to go in and out because we're not sure exactly the technicality or the specifics of franchises that we may have. And we may never have a car in the front. It may just be a seating kind of reception area. So, but the garage doors will be the cadence and the entry for trucks and trailers and unloading. And we want to do most of that inside, again, from a security standpoint, especially at night if they have to come in during the night, our guys, because we run a pickup and delivery service around the Midwest area.
No. We might have some other questions too, but
That's fine.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In regards to the special use, we believe that this use will be substantially less intense than what was there before or anything that's on that block. We will not have an aspect of any traffic being an issue of cars coming and going for this. It's actually an ideal use for a building in this area. That's perfect for us. It's not on a busy street. We won't be adding to traffic on the busy street. You won't find large car transports as a dealership, that would park on the street and unload cars. Here would be 1 car at a time and maybe once a week, if that, from that. So we believe that this site is perfectly situated for this type of dealership. If you were to tell me we put a Chevy or a Buick dealership here, no, that wouldn't belong here. And by being on a street like this, again, goes to show you, we're not looking for traffic to find us. In fact, Rick says, if you could be further back, you'd be happier. Just that he's not, when people talk location, he's talking, if they want this car, they'll find me. And that's the way it'll be. And he has the contacts literally everywhere where they'll find him already. I'd be happy to answer any questions that I can on things that I said or things that I haven't answered.
No, and just for the record, we'll adopt and incorporate by reference your responses to the various standards for special use and also the variance. Any questions from the commissioners?
How many employees do you expect on a daily basis?
Perhaps might be. If that could be something that's proposed as well. I, storage and using more, it could be more for such a event. We had some kind of event there where we staff on board managing. So, like Alan was saying, the nice thing about this is any car traffic really can be done. I don't know. Which makes it nice, even for events that have a bigger, many times done at the main games.
Rick, come on.
Oh, yeah.
All you guys and let the police know that we'll have traffic up and down the street, so we do valet parking and things like that. But with this, it almost has a nice natural drive in front where we could have a valet in the front. They can bring the cars right around to the back, leave them there during the event, and they can pull them out again right at the end of the event. But it's all off the street, to his earlier point, which makes it convenient for us, and it's better security for us as well.
Any other questions from the commissioners? Mr.
I
Russell?
have a couple.
Sure.
I just want to confirm I did hear correctly that the landlord is committed to repaving the lot because
Yes.
it is very tired.
It's terrible.
And there's a section, one other minor site item, there's a section of that timber wall all the way on the northwest corner that has collapsed into
Yes.
the lot. It's pretty easy fix, but it needs some help. And then we do have a requirement in our zoning code that the dumpsters, if you're going to keep the outside dumpster that's there,
Not going to.
so your trash will be kept inside the
Yes.
building? Okay, because if it's outside, it's supposed to be screened and approved by our,
There is an old screen up there. The screen, I don't know what's uglier, the screen or the dumpster. Neither one really should be out back. And I really, from a property standpoint and appearance and micro attention standpoint, drive people crazy with that little stuff. I know exactly the wall you're talking about. I agree with you on the pavement. There's other things that need cleanup all around there. They put a new roof on, which was part of our agreement. The paving front and back is part of the agreement as well. I had a meeting with the attorney for the landlord about 10 days ago and said, we got to get going on this. Some of it just needs to be done quickly. We need to get it done before winter. But, you know, we've tuned up the landscaping a little bit as well. We're not looking for, as Alan was saying earlier, bright signs anywhere around the building. We don't like that. We like kind of being off the grid. It's not like we're trying to hide from people. We're just trying to be more exclusive. We're trying to have a higher security level, and we're trying to raise people's comfort level so that they're feel at ease when they're in there. And again, we're easy to find, and parking is great, which is always terrific. So it fits a lot of different areas for us, but it needs to be beautifully cleaned up, landscaped and presented, and we agree with that, which we've done on the main campus as well.
thank you.
Continue to do, yes.
Yeah, the main campus has been just tremendously well maintained over the years. Looks almost brand new, and it's,
Well, you know, that building, I mean, we bought that building in 04 and 05, and that was 25 or 30 years old at that point. But it's a beautiful building, and we take a lot of pride in it, and I still do. I'm there as a consultant as well. That was part of the Ferrari approval. They wanted to make sure that the family stays involved and keeps Ferrari being managed on a family level because it's a family type face-to-face business like you and I were talking about earlier. And they made that one of the requirements that I keep oversight on it, which I enjoy doing because as we were saying earlier, for me, this isn't work. I haven't had a real job yet my whole life. So this has been fun and I'm continuing to enjoy it. So
when do you contemplate opening?
soon.
Okay.
I don't know what else. to
Gary
say.
wants a new car ASAP.
I wouldn't even know what that would be, which one it would be. Yeah, so.
So there's no construction to the exterior planned or anything other
Anything
than.
other than cleanup,
cleanup,
making
right.
it cleaner, nicer, neater, quieter, calmer, more,
And
fitting.
then it's probably in here, and maybe I missed it, but the normal hours other than special events and stuff, is it evenings too is,
no,
okay.
no. We put it down, I think at 10 to 2 on the windows 2. by appointment. Or 10 to 5, but.
But
it's all inside whenever it is anyway, other than an event.
I just didn't remember if there were evening hours and such,
No.
other than special events. Great.
You know, we don't like darkness. We don't like the
I
doing
agree.
business like that. It needs to be done regular hours and so forth. Not that we wouldn't do it at certain times, but it would be by appointment again.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher.
Might point out that Rick, at the Ferrari dealership, before he sold it, he operated somewhat in the same manner. The front door was locked, unlike it was in Lake Forest. So that people just can't come in, and on the door it said, by appointment. because they don't want people just walking in and putting fingerprints on cars and looking, because once you do that, you have young people walking into, oh, good, let's go look at this Ferrari, this Lamborghini, this Bugatti and things like that. And that's, he's done it, and it's worked very well.
Well, it's bizarre with some of the things that have happened over the last 43 years. We've had people drop their kids off at the front door and say, I'll be back in a few hours, just let them wander around.
Okay, that was me with my
Yeah.
grandson.
You know, the combination of a 5, 6, 7-year-old in that environment with those cars, that's not compatible, especially with no parents or supervision around. We've had teenagers and adolescents in there that should have been supervised as well, because they don't behave that well. And it's not something you can really tolerate in a good business atmosphere. I mean, you can't turn kids loose in a jewelry store and just let them run around and try things on and jump in and out of cars, or try bracelets and watches on and run around the showroom. That doesn't happen. So we've had to try and contain that a little bit, and especially with the security issues as well.
Hmm.
You got to be careful who's walking in. We've had people come in and set up posing themselves, taking pictures, laying on the hood of a car, using it in their model portfolio. And we're like, please stop. We've had people come in and lay phones on the ground around the showroom to record conversations with other people and post it on the internet while they're talking about cars. Our concern was, are they photographing with their phones security systems inside the building for, you know, a visit after hours or something? So we've been very security conscious.
No, it looks like this building should be extremely secure.
It is. It feels that way, yes. But for the determined thief, I'm sure there's a way in there one way or another, but the response and the support from the local police has been very, very quick. And I think that's been well noted by the bad guys.
Oh, that's tremendous. If I may, what was the predecessor operation in the building?
Before we bought it,
Yeah.
well, it was Rosso's Chemicals. It was kind of interesting.
There was, now,
Oh, which building are you talking about? I'm sorry, the
Your new one.
924. Well, it was for about 40 years, apparently they made the revolving doors for most of the revolving doors in offices and buildings around the country. And then it was purchased by, the building was purchased by a local resident in the Lake Forest area. And surprising to me, they did prime meat storage.
Really?
And the building was too small. I mean, it's 60,000 feet there. And I couldn't imagine how that could be too small. And they ended up moving to Chicago to get a 100,000 square foot building. So I don't understand that business at all. Obviously, at one point we were storing a huge oven in the center. It looked like a submarine. It was probably 10 or 15 feet wide and 30 feet long with some kind of high compression cooker. So there's a lot about that, a lot of businesses I certainly don't know about. That's one of them. That's who it was.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the main building we were in now, which has an interesting
No.
backstory as well.
Yeah. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the commissioners? Is there a motion, please? It might be two-part.
I just wanted to make one comment, though, that I think this is such a great idea. And I know there's a real need for this for just friends of friends that have cars. I'm sure that to do this and the use is limited, therefore the parking should be, I feel, you know, with our policy changing, you know, or the reason you're here is because it changed and we had it that you wouldn't have had to go in front of us, right? And now with the variation change, they had to. So I'm sorry you had to come in front of us, but it's also some good storytelling. And I think it's going to
We
be,
had a good relationship with
success.
all of you for so long. You know, we come to you for advice before we even get to meetings like this. So we get your guidance and a sense of direction.
yeah.
And it helps us form what we're doing and it helps us make our plans so that we're not coming from a completely different direction than you are. It's like we can both work in the same direction. Things happen smoother and better. And the end result is what we've had so far, which is very positive, I think. So
No,
we
it's-
appreciate your input. We've used it and relied on it over the years. We had a lot of good advice from all of you.
No, we appreciate that.
And it's well received by us as well. It's been good suggestions.
No, and it's just a tremendously fascinating proposal. We're fortunate. to
I
have it
hope
like
so.
Bluff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for sure it'll be fun. Yeah. So,
All for it. So I move to recommend the village board approve the requested relief in the form of the attached ordinance.
Second?
further discussion? Hearing none, we could have a vote, please.
Member Danley?
Aye.
Member Fisher?
Aye.
Member Miller?
Aye.
Member Russell?
Aye.
And Chair Peters?
Aye.
All right.
Great, thank you.
Oh,
Luck.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's part of the request.
very exciting.
Just as a comment, thank you to Clara, who is, your staff, Clara and her staff are terrific. You guys should be very proud of how well they helped the petitioners.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very kind.
Thank you.
You know, when we were here last time also, when Drew Irwin was here, I was saying, because we were talking a little bit and casually chatting, just as we are right now, that what I would like to have some time is when we're closer to opening, to have all of you come over and see what we're doing at some point. And set up a time convenient for all of you or some of you or however you would want to do it. You can better understand and see what we're doing. You may have some good suggestions and thoughts on it as well. So we're always open to that, but I think we're so close, it'd be fun for us to have you see it.
You should call for an appointment.
Thank you.
Thank
No,
you.
thank you very much.
Here.
All right. You also appreciate it. Agenda item number 5, staff report, please.
Yeah, I do not have much of a staff report for tonight, other than we have 2 likely public hearings already for our next meeting, so plan on attending in September.
Right. Oh, thanks for the heads up. Agenda item number 6, commissioners report.
What's going on with the Dobbins building? Is he getting closer to?
That's one of the 2,
That's
so. Yes, we haven't received the full submission yet, but a large portion of it, so that's one of the expected ones. And the other one, I can say, because we've received quite a bit of that, as well as the 1750, 1776 Shore Acres.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So I went, we acted on a backyard garage rehab at 512 North within the last year or so, maybe 2 years. It was a garage that was falling down, built in the late 1800s. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
In the 500 block or
Not 5,
100 block?
112.
That's got the
112.
historic
Yeah, not-
sign out front.
So we were, Lynn and I, my wife, were walking on the street and we ran into the owners. And they're applying for a historical designation for for the home. And we got invited up to the garage. And she made it into a fitness center for her and her friends and their trainers to come in. It's very cool. Bathroom, they used a lot of the old wood for the beams and the balcony and the staircase and stuff. And they have a lot of pictures, the pre-pictures that before the building was rehab.
Oh, gosh.
It's quite interesting. We did a good job of proving that. We did the right thing.
That garage is purportedly the old Kelly clubhouse.
That's right. That's what she said. It was killing.
125 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually just went to the HPC last
Right.
week,
She
so,
was cool.
yeah. Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see, we heard the beginning and then I saw the end result, which I don't usually, we don't. It's quite interesting. Very, very friendly people. They'll be happy to show you. The wife would, she's very proud of her accomplishments.
Marvelous.
Oh, that's tremendous.
And then I just had one other comment question. When I went out to look at this site and I noticed the lonely dumpster sitting out in the parking lot in the back. I then went by the storage facility that's being built that we approved last year, on Albrecht Drive.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mhm.
And the storage place next door, which now has a new ownership apparently, or there's new signs or new company names, Extra Space Storage. I see that their dumpster is just out in the middle of nowhere. Back when
okay.
it was Liquid Controls, it was behind an enclosure on the north side, and now it's sitting there. So I'd like, hopefully we can keep after that so they don't start proliferating, because those things are terrible out in the middle of nowhere, especially if they overflow and then people use them for fly dumping and.
Are they still planning to build that set of garages? Do we know?
As far as I know.
Oh, it's under, it's.
Yeah, I was
well
gonna
underway.
say, It's underway, but I'm not sure
Oh,
what
okay, I didn't
their
realize that.
timeline.
Yeah, I was told October, they're hoping to open up.
Okay.
What
It was
about the
competition.
Tesla supercharger? Did they ever come back? They were gonna start at Target.
So they, I know they at least submitted for permits, but beyond that, I'm not sure where they are in the process.
So we're gonna have a car storage use for the L1, L2 district now. See how many fancy cars on the North Shore will be housed in
Right.
Lake Bluff moving
Yeah,
forward.
Fancy.
Any,
Both will be next.
any vacancies in the L1, L2?
I know that this was one that came up within the last 6 months or so. Other than that, I'm not sure.
So can I ask a question? Is it true that Lake Forest banned the electric little mopeds in downtown Lake Forest?
As far as I know, they have done that in their central business district.
So that would be a great idea to mirror that. If, since we
Oh,
have kids that share communities so often.
Courtney knows a lot about this.
Yeah, we are. We're working at the board level. The chief and I have, and Drew have been crafting a motor vehicle ordinance that pertains to low-speed electric scooters, electronic bikes, the increase in those that we're seeing, all the other different electronic toys, like the one-wheelers, on the skateboard and whatnot. So we are piecing together, I believe it was workshopped by the committee at their last meeting, and it's up for discussion again, I believe, on Monday. I think in the CBD, as proposed, I think as of right now, I'd have to look back on the last draft, but I believe we're looking to do something similar in the CBD district for safety purposes.
As it should be.
Yeah. It's a pervasive issue throughout the whole community, obviously. All right. Agenda item number 7, adjournment. Is there a motion, please?
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Thank you very much.
Very good.
Excellent meeting. Very enlightening.
That was so exciting.